Hello and welcome back to Von Milhausen Plays, the channel where I, Von Milhausen, play a game chosen for me at random by the Wheel of Fate. The games come from my extensive back catalogue of PC games that I've picked up over the years, most of which I've never even installed, let alone played. Last time the Wheel gave us one of the Tomb Raider games. I decided to go back and play the very first one from 1996. So let's see what the Wheel gives us this time. It's a solid spin. And we will be playing Menace. Okay, so I had no idea what this game was or anything about it. I never played it when I was a kid, and in fact, I don't even know how it ended up in my collection, other than it's a free game on GOG.com. I must have spotted it in the list and just added it. But holy crap, after reading about it for this intro, I'm really hoping it's a good one for several reasons. One, it's a classic 2D EGA platform game from Apogee Software. They're the same folks that were responsible for Crystal Caves, Duke Nukem, Cosmos Cosmic Adventure, Secret Agent, Rise of the Triad, and Realms of Chaos. That's basically a huge chunk of my gaming childhood right there. Menace was released in 1993, slap bang in the middle of that list, and I can't believe I never heard of it. Let me start up the game here so I can get through to the second reason I'm really hoping this is going to be a lot of fun. Just have a look at the magnificence that is our hero character. Look at that. Snake Logan. Snake Logan is his name. Let that sink in for a second. I'm sensing that Snake Plissken from Escape from New York was a big inspiration here, which for me is just a super bonus. I mean, check out that rad mullet and that bitchin' moustache. Totally tubular. And as we'll be seeing in a moment, let me just skip to the main menu actually so I can get through to some of this stuff. If you go to return to demo, if you just have a look at the kind of gameplay that's coming up, I won't let this play too long because it's a bit spoilery, but you can see it looks like it doesn't really take itself too seriously. It's got a fairly kind of cartoonish kind of vibe going on to it. You've got like a score panel, all the rest of it. So I'm kind of hoping this is really going to be a nice kind of palate cleanser after having gone through Tomb Raider, which wasn't really a serious game, but you know, with being 3D and being so dark and all the rest of it, this feels a lot more lighthearted. And after having gone through 35 episodes of Tomb Raider, I'm kind of ready for something a little bit different. So let me just skip back to the main menu so we're not kind of spoiling things too much. I'll give you a little bit of the history of the game. It's got a slightly interesting one. So Apogee Software had already released a bunch of successful games by the very early 1990s, and they were looking at what to do next. They had a good working relationship with the guys over at id Software, which I've mentioned before. They're the ones that were famous at the time for Commander Keen, and later go on to create Wolfenstein 3D, Doom, and Quake. In 1991, Apogee sent a bunch of their developers to go visit id at their offices and take a look at a 2D game engine that id had developed for Commander Keen. Through a special arrangement between id and Apogee, id were going to license the engine to Apogee. And interesting to note, this is the first time that id had done this kind of engine licensing, and it was something that they famously did with every game engine they developed after that. Only one of Apogee's software engineers actually ended up using the engine though. It was a guy by the name of Jim Norwood. And basically with it, he almost single-handedly made this game, Menace. He designed it, he drew all of the sprite work, the background artwork, he animated everything, he wrote all of the code apart from the base engine that ID provided, and he made all of the sound effects for it. In fact, the only other significant contributor to the game other than Jim was a chap by the name of Bobby Prince, who composed the music. Bobby Prince would actually get some fame of his own, as he was a guy that wrote the music for Doom. The game Menace did well enough commercially, although being developed by one person, Jim, it took nearly 2 years to go from concept to market. And by the time the game actually got around to release, the 16-color 2D graphic style was already starting to feel a bit dated. Wolfenstein 3D, full 3D VGA game, had been out for over a year at that stage, and Doom, which obviously was phenomenally successful, would release about 4 months after this game came out. Jim, the guy that developed it, he moved on to other successful projects within Apogee Software. So that's a bit of a kind of an intro to the game. Before we jump into it, you'll see up there at the top of the screen says press F1 for help and order info. So we can get a little bit of the plot of the game if we go in here. The story. You are Snake Logan, a top-secret operative for the CIA, ordered to complete missions that others would regard as suicidal. One day, Snake is called into headquarters and briefed on a situation that has arisen in Metro City. It seems that thousands of monster-like creatures are on the rampage of destruction through the city. Many thousands have already died, and Metro has declared martial law just before losing all communications. Snake is ordered to take a plane, fly recon over the city, and then return. Authorities receive communications from a man calling himself Dr Mangle just before the city is overrun. It states that Metro is to be an example of what will happen to the rest of the world if all factions of government do not comply with his wishes. Snake is then given a file on Elmo Whitecliffe, alias Dr Mangle. It seems that Dr Mangle was once a top scientist for Operation Bugglow, a top-secret genetics research firm. Operation Bugglow was a mission to take ordinary insects and mutate them to achieve extraordinary size and intelligence. Elmo was making excellent progress when he suddenly disappeared. Efforts to find him have proven unsuccessful until now. It seems that not only has he succeeded in mutating the insects, but he has also spliced some very violent genes into the mix. Snake loads his recon equipment and his M60 pulse rifle into a civilian-looking Cessna and departs for Metro. While Snake Logan is flying recon over Metro City, suddenly bolts of light appear all around him, hitting his plane many times. The plane loses engine power and Snake is forced to make an emergency landing on a street in Metro. Losing all hope of getting back to HQ, Snake quickly gathers what resources he has and sets out to find the source of this destruction. Bum bum bum. Man, it's got such a stupid and puerile plot, I love it. So that's pretty much it. The rest of it are kind of like, how to go about controlling Snake, jumping, throwing grenades, shooting, entering buildings, climbing ladders, flipping switches, looking up and down, status screen, quick save and load, and F7 and F8. I'll have to keep that in mind. These are all the items you can kind of pick up. There's one interesting one here, Shard. It's about the 5th one down there. A key that acts like a switch. We'll be coming across that fairly soon. I did a little bit of test recording of the first level just to make sure everything was going okay. Troubleshooting, blah blah blah. None of this applies anymore. That's it. Now go play Menace. Will do. So we're going to start a new game. There are difficulty levels. I've never played the game before. I don't know what to expect, so I'm just going to go with a normal game. And here we are, Snake Logan. I'm going to keep calling him Snake Plissken. I know it's going to happen. So we just picked up some grenades and a gun thing. So if you have a look in the top left corner, you'll see the first thing there is a number. It's my score, and then to the right of it you will see 4 blue lines. Those are my health, and right now 4 bars seem to be my maximum health. I'm assuming we get more over the course of the game. I have 3 lives, I have 3 grenades, and I have 90 bullets for the kind of speedy machine gun bonus that I just picked up. I just picked up a key which I can use to unlock a door, and you can see there's kind of a flashing red light there, and just up above the score thing I can see another kind of monster moving around, but we can't do anything about this yet. Check that out. The red car looks like a BMW. And the blue one here is kind of familiar, but I don't know enough about cars to know what kind of car it's supposed to be. So it looks like the poor citizens here of Metro City have had a better day. Given that they all appear to be dead, that's probably not the best day they've ever had. And actually, something interesting about the green monster up there. Let me just climb the ladder. There's another game that will be showing up on on the wheel at some stage, Cosmo's Cosmic Adventure, and the protagonist, the hero in Cosmo's Cosmic Adventure, looks very like that guy, except instead of having kind of humanoid hands, the one from Cosmo's Cosmic Adventure has like these kind of red suckers for hands. But they're practically identical. Push up to open a door. And inside the door is a glowing test tube, and you can push up again to pick it up. Those purple guys jump, as you can see. Inside that one was a tape recorder. I don't think these actually do anything. I think they're just for points. Oh, now you can see my bullet count has now gone to kind of 2 dashes. This is the normal firing speed of my gun. It has unlimited ammo, but as you can see, it's a lot slower than the kind of the machine gun. So my understanding is, okay, that thing that I just hit, by the way, is a checkpoint. If I die, I'll kind of respawn at this thing. It's called a beacon. But my understanding is that this is like a very standard kind of platformer. Actually, quite like Dangerous Dave, I have to get my way to the exit on each level. That's it. So this thing that I just pressed up on is like a lock, and it says I don't have the right shard. If I find the right shard, which is basically a key, then I can unlock this plasma beam and rescue this poor hostage. And another tape recorder. Okay, just wait for these guys to go off screen because they turn around as soon as I get within their field of view. See, I've picked up another machine gun. I've got 52 bullets left for it. See, it just tears through these guys. Got some kind of digital clock and another test tube. Stop slouching and clean up your desk. And one more floor. Whoops. Another key. Now here we have a switch. This switch activates a platform. So I'm guessing there's going to be like puzzles in this game. So you can see just above that switch there's like a flashing red dot, which is just like the one that we saw at the start of the level, and that's kind of a clue as to where the platform has been activated. Door number 1. Find out where these crystal shards go. Okay, there's some more score and bonuses. Before we go and use the shard to free the hostage, let me just... first aid kit restores you to full health, so as you can see I still only have 4 pips in my health bar. So I'm assuming we get like health upgrades over time. So that's here cleared out. Let me just head back over. There's no falling damage as far as I can see. Doo-doo-doo-doo. And here's the platform that got activated, and I just missed it. I'll be back in a second. I hope. Yep, here we go. Super gun, bullets do 5 times damage. And I have 90 bullets for it. Let's see, I lost 1 health, but I just picked up a health kit. Boop, and down we go. I've got 12 grenades. I think you like hold up and press fire. Yeah, and that throws a grenade. Down and fires this crouch. Right, so we have this shard. So we can go rescue this hostage dude. Beep, 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 beep. Boing. Somewhere in each level there is someone like me who holds a key to each exit. You must find them. Thanks for the key. I'll use this to go on to the next level and rescue your friends. Hooray! Also, I don't know why Snake Logan sounds a bit like a pedophile, to be honest. But that's gonna be his voice. So let's go in here. Now we have another force beam, which I can turn off. That's the key that the hostage gave me. There's some other stuff over here, but I'll come back to it in a moment. Let's go clear out up here first. It hurts a little bit, but I see there's another medkit over there. There we go. He's the jumping's a little bit floaty. It's not the worst ever, but it's not the greatest either. And as soon as you drop off a ledge, he immediately begins to fall. Feels almost like it's kind of scripted. It's not, but physics are a little bit weird. So you can see here our way's being blocked, and we have like a flashing red X. Now, if you noticed down here, past the force beam, there is a flashing red X and a switch. If we hit that switch, this switch activates a bridge. So there's a little visual clue as to what switch is for what thing. So I hope they're going to continue doing that kind of thing over the rest of the game, because it's very convenient. Okay, so back up to full health. I missed one of the gems, but I don't really care. And this is the exit of the level. Loading high rise. So I'm going to stop there for this episode. I think these levels are going to be short enough, maybe. So I'm going to try and do one level per episode. So I'm going to save this as LP2, because I'll start it off for the second episode. So thank you very much for watching, and I will see you next time on Von Millhausen Plays Menace.